Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys can hear me well. I just wanted to take the time to welcome you guys to our free workshop that we do, and this is going to be a quick and fast overview. What I would like for you guys to do, if you're able to take notes, I encourage you to do so. And just before we get started, I just want to give you a little bit about who I am and what is it that I do, a little bit about our company. Now, first, a little bit about who I am. My name is Keyon Seymour Corniffe Sr. I am a financial educator here. I am one of the senior partners in our firm. And one of the biggest things that I love about this company is about the fact that we get the ability to educate people. Now, before I came into World Financial Group and the World System Builder, I started out with working 3 jobs. I worked 3 jobs, and my day started at 3:45 a.m. and it ended at 11:30 at night. And I did that for 5 years of my life. I got across this company literally by accident. Someone said, "Hey, do you want to come check out this company and make sure it's legit?" It was a cousin of mine, and I said, "Sure, let me come down and check it out for you." It wasn't even for me. And with that, I fell in love with the mission, fell in love with the business, and then my life started. Now, a little bit about the company. Our company name is Aegon. Aegon is based out in the Netherlands. They've been around for over 180 something years. This is a company that's always been on a structure. They came out with a recent article that says too big to fail, and they're actually one of the top 10 financial companies in the world. So the history of Aegon and the World Financial Group is that when Aegon decided that they wanted to expand into North America, they bought a company called Transamerica, which is based out in San Francisco. Now, who is Transamerica? Now, Transamerica is a company that is based on the ability for people to win. Now, Transamerica always love for people to win. So what Transamerica did, Transamerica was founded by a guy named A.P. Giannani. A.P. Giannani started Transamerica in 1904. When the 1906 earthquake that came and destroyed San Francisco, A.P. Giannani literally set up a desk on a deck and started handing out loans with no collateral needed, just a handshake. Even when Mr. Walt Disney wanted to start his first company, started his first major film, it was Transamerica that funded their first major film. Let's talk about the Golden Bridge. When recession hit and the Golden Bridge was not able to finish complete, it was A.P. Giannani and Transamerica that actually backed the bonds for it to continue production. So that's some of the things that Transamerica have done and more. And that's one of the reasons why Aegon fell in love what Transamerica stand for. Now, they made another purchase, and that's when they purchased our company, World Financial Group. They made this purchase because of the fact that they heard about this company that's always going around educating families and not charging them. Our mission is to revolutionize the financial industry and change it. I mean, we completely want to change the industry. So that's one of the reasons why Aegon fell in love with us and bought us. And we're doing that. When you put us together, World Financial Group, we are a marketing and distribution company. And Transamerica is our financial department. But through World Financial Group, you have the access to where you're not limited. You actually represent over 200 plus companies. And that's what I love about being a World Financial Group, is because I am not limited to just selling. I actually have the ability to where I can offer opportunities and actually teach people and give them choices. So that's just a little bit about our company. But the 2 things I want you to keep in mind as I get started, right? I want you to keep in mind are what are some of the things that's keeping you up late at night when it comes to your finance. And the other thing is that I want you to think about all the people that may need to see this information. And in the end, what I would love for you to do is make a list. Make a list of those people. Write down their names and number and get it to the person that invites you, because these people need to hear this too. But like I said, at the very end, if you have any questions, save them to the end, write them down, and I will gladly answer them at the very end. All right? The other thing that I want you guys to do, if you have a cell phone on, I want you to put that thing on silent or turn it off. I don't want you to be distracted because you're going to hear some powerful stuff, and I'm going to make sure that you get the full information. All right? Sounds good? And what I'm going to do is just give you a quick video just to give you a little introduction of what you're going to learn today. 1 second.
There is a simple secret to building wealth. It isn't high earnings and investment wizardry. The secret? Steadily saving. So why aren't people saving? 33% or 72 million Americans have no emergency savings. 47% of Americans have barely enough to last 90 days. More than 40% of Americans spend more than they make. We as American consumers are over $11.85 trillion in debt. 36% of Americans have nothing saved for retirement. With the traditional three-legged stool of retirement crumbling, this leaves retirement in your own hands. We believe it all starts with a financial education. Only 4 states in the U.S. offer a financial education in public schools. Every American needs to know simple concepts like compound interest, the impact of losses and taxes, and the time value of money. All of this means nothing if you don't put a plan together. Research shows that those with a financial plan in place accumulate 250% more for retirement than those without a plan. Get with the person who sent you this video and set up a time to start putting together your plan towards financial independence.
All right. Told you that was powerful stuff, wasn't it? That's a great introduction. A lot of people didn't probably know most of these simple concepts that you must understand and learn, right? And it's quite understanding that you must understand how to build your future. Today, you're going to learn how to take control of money. Because most of the time what happens is that money really controls people. Money kind of have its own way with you. And it's time we put a lock and key on our money, control how it comes in and how it goes out. Mostly how it goes out, right? Because that's the most important thing. So with that, we're going to talk about some very important topics today. We're going to touch on them and we're going to talk about them. So let's talk about a challenging future, right? A large number of people in North America will face an increasing challenge in 4 major areas. One of the areas is the uncertain labor market. You know, a lot of people, there's no such thing as a guaranteed job. We both know that. There's no such thing. And that's one of the biggest things that goes on in today's day, because a lot of people are not guaranteed to have a job. Because why? Automation, powerful software continue to replace more and more workers, manufacturing job moving overseas, right? On top of that, they're cutting, laying off. They get rid of us. Or they replace us with some younger people, right? So that's the thing about it. We also got to talk about the low savings. Low savings and high debt, right, have a major impact on retirement. Many people may have to work beyond 65 years old just to survive. Also, the other big thing that we got to think about, we must always get ready for the high cost of education, because the lack of preparation for college planning will hurt the younger generation and increase their college debt. Did you know that if you do not put together a proper planning for college, you're going to come out with debt the size of house mortgages, right? And that's not fair. So budget deficits and the shrinking numbers of workers per retiree are putting pressure on the government to continue supporting retirement programs for the seniors and the rising healthcare costs. These factors may result in a possible tax increase in the future. Because how is it that we live in one of the wealthiest countries in the world and many people still retire poor? You know, that's a big mission. That's why we're on this mission to help 1 million families by 2020. That's the main focus. So we're going to teach you how to control your money, because your future is not in the hands of your employer, your union, the government, nor it's in the hands of the bank or broker. It's in your hands. It's in your hands and you can do it. You just got to understand how to properly make money. And when we say make money, most people think making money is taking on a second job. No, right? We're going to teach you how to properly save money. And that doesn't mean putting it in a bank. We're going to teach you how to accumulate money the right way and how to properly protect it. So we're going to teach you how to be your own money manager. Understand how money works. Make money work for you. That's what's important today. So you could build a strong financial foundations. And this is where it first starts with. You must have proper protection on your life, your health, and disability if you want to have a strong financial foundation. Once you get that in order, then you got to learn how to manage and reduce your debts and liabilities. And that's what we teach you. We have a program called the Debt Roll-Up Program. We teach people how to get out of debt. Have an emergency fund. You need money in the time of the uncertain. You know, you need at least 3 to 6 months, they said. Also, build up savings and investments. You know, most of us, what we do, we first start here. We start building up savings and investments, and we forget to do the proper protection in life and health. And that's a major problem. And we want to change that. We need to change that. And we will change it together. Today, you're going to learn. So the new world of possibility, the era of the informed consumer. From do-it-yourself home improvement, self-booking travel, shopping on eBay and Amazon, being a member of Costco, and more people are learning how to get better deals and save money on products and services. Why? Why most people have memberships? Think about that to yourself. If you have a membership to something, and you have a gym membership, or you have a Costco card, or a Sam's Club, whatever, the reason why you have these membership is because you don't want to pay more. And you want some discounts and do some savings. See, our company had the same thing. See, WFG is the new concept in the financial industry that assists people who want to help themselves in building their financial foundations. See, thousands of people from all walks of life across the US and Canada have benefited from the World Financial Group platform. Think about that. Think about how much money you can save if you learn how to do that. It's very important that you do that, because our company gives people the fair game. So one of the things that we do is that we teach people, we get people educated on all aspects of their personal finances. Also, have access to hundreds of financial products and services. On top of that, receiving training and support on how to manage your money, and also save money on various products and services. That's really important. We also give people the opportunity to actually see if they could qualify to where they can earn commissions and get licensed and share the know-how with customers in this fast-growing industry. The financial industry is one of the largest industry in the world, one of the most profitable industry, right? So you can learn and earn in the financial industry. The financial industry is one of the best industry in the world. What better way to go in life to learn about money? You must learn about money. So do you know how money works? Do you understand the X-curve concept? You see, we're going to talk about the law of decreasing responsibility and the law of building wealth. See, when you're generally younger, you're taking care of the family, right? You got to make sure that you have the house, the car, the everything. And if you do that, that works out better for you. Now, generally, you're less secure because you have a lot of responsibility. And these responsibilities are very important to you. So we understand that. But as this line right here, which is the wealth line, as it transforms and move over to where you're getting older, you take care of your future, the wealth should build, but the responsibility should decrease because the kids are grown, the houses should be paid off, the cars should be paid off, all of these and the above. And that's where you become generally more secure. That's what we want for everybody. We want everybody to be more secure. So also, we want to teach you about the 10-20 rule. You may need at least 10 times your income to properly protect your family. And what we need by that is income replacement. They say generally, if something was to happen to your second spouse, it would take about 10 years before you could generally get back on your feet. And in that case, you need to have that income always coming in, even if the spouse or significant other is not here anymore. So you may need at least 20 times your income to have enough for retirement. What do they mean by that? They mean this. If you was to receive say $5,000 at the age of 65 in retirement, right? $5,000 coming in at 65. Now on a yearly basis, this will be $60,000 a year. And they say generally most people are in retirement for 20 years. So the lifespan for people is about 85. So from 65 to 85, that's 20 years. So in that 20-year span, 20 times 60,000 is $1.2 million. My two question is, how on track are you to have $1.2 million? And is it going to be in a tax-free, or it's going to be paying taxes on it? And that's very important, right? So the magic of compound interest. I want you to understand and learn about compound interest because this is powerful. This is actually the eighth wonder of the world, right? Albert Einstein came up with a formula that helped determine how many years it takes for your money to double based off the interest that you're getting on your money. So for this example, they said that 72, right? 72 divided by whatever interest on your money will equal the amount of years it takes for your money to double. So in this instance, say you was able to get 4% interest on your money, right? What you do is you take 72 divided by 4%, and that will equal 18. Now that 18 will represent the amount of years it takes for your money to double. So this example shows a person at the age of 29 willing to put away $10,000 one time, and putting away this $10,000 one time, he was able to have that money double every 18 years based on the 4% interest that he's getting on his money. Now, when you see here at 47, 20,000, 65, 40,000. Well, me and you both know 65, that's not good. We don't want that for 65, right? So let's look at the next example. What if you were able to get 8%? 72 divided by 8 equals 9. So that means the money will double every 9 years. Now, not bad, but let's look at the example. Person put away at the age of 29, $10,000 one time. Every 9 years, the money is doubling. 38, 20,000. 47, 40,000. 56, 80,000. 65, $160,000. Not bad for 65, but we could probably do better, right? Now, let's look at 10%. 72 divided by 10% equals 7.2 years, which is rounded to about 7 years. So now when you think about that, money is doubling every 7 years, right? So when you look at the same example, put away 10,000 one time at the age of 29 years old. As you can see, 36 will be 20,000, 43, 40,000, 50, 80,000, 57, 160,000, and 65, $320,000. Not bad for just putting away $10,000 one time. So what most people always say, now, Keyon, where can I get these interest rates at? You know, I actually give my clients and I educate them and teach them where they can find 15% interest on their money. That is unbelievable. And that's one of the greatest things that I love to do here. So the difference between 10,000 at 4% versus 10% is $280,000, which is equal to a 9-year salary of someone who earns $30,000 annually. So what do the wealthy know that normal people don't? They understand everything about this finance. They understand how to get these interest rates. They can afford to someone to teach them it or just do it for them. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to teach you all the secrets. So do you know savings and investments? Do you know the difference between an IRA, Roth IRA, simple IRA, SEP IRA? Well, just to make it easy for you, everything else except for the Roth IRA, it's all taxable. Your money be tax deferred. You pay taxes on it later on, right? And on top of this, you have a limit of $6,500 that you can put into it. And they also come with a lot of limitations, like this one. They say if you touch the money before 59.5, you're subject to pay a 10% penalty. And if you don't start taking out money from this at 70.5, they will take 50% of your money, which is called RMD, required minimum distribution. So these are plans in Canada. Pension plans versus 401k, 403bs, and 457s. Now, the difference between a 401k and a pension plan is that a pension is guaranteed through your company. Your company will have to pay out that pension no matter what happened to the company. A 401k is your own risk. It's you are responsible for your 401k. If you lose money, it's not the company's fault, it's your fault. If you're taking notes, I want you to research this guy named Ted Benner, who is the creator of the 401k. Because what Ted Benner did was that he created the plan as a way for his clients at Johnson & Johnson to be able to have access to money because you couldn't touch your pension. And then many companies jumped on the bandwagon because they learned that, hey, instead of us have to give them the money, they will be the one responsible. And how many people understand finance to manage their own retirement portfolio? Not that much, right? So according to the recent AARP survey, 71% of people with a 401k didn't know they were paying fees and charges for these retirement accounts, and that these fees can reduce their 401k balance by up to 30%. 30%, yes. So we teach people how to roll over their IRAs, 401ks to make it work better for them. It's very important that you do that, because here's the thing I don't want you to get comfortable with. If you had a 401k with a company and you leave that company, you should take your money with you, because if that company go bankrupt or if that company was to fail, your money fell with them. So it's best to take your money. If they was willing to fire you, you take your money and move too, okay? Don't let it sit there at the other job. So we teach people how mutual funds work, just to make it easy. A mutual fund is like an EKG, right? It's a very bipolar money. It goes up, it's down, up, it's down, up, it's down. It's very bipolar. I call it bipolar money, right? So you don't want to be bipolar money. So do you realize that the interest in a savings account is currently too low to offset inflation and taxes? That you're most likely losing money every day due to this thing called inflation. That's the hidden tax system. So U.S. Social Security will have a problem paying future retirees after 2037. People will face a problem living a long life without an adequate income. So do you know how life insurance works? Do you know the difference between a term, whole life, universal life, variable life, and index life? Just to make it very simple, term insurance have no cash value. Everything else, whole life, universal life, variable life, index life, has cash value. Just to make it very simple. How group insurance in your workplace work? There's another thing I want you to look into. I want you to go research and Google. There's something called dead peasant insurance. How does it work? Dead peasant insurance says this: your company will give you insurance on you for like 1 to 3 years of your salary, right? So if anything happened to you, your family will get 1 to 3 years of your salary if something was to happen. Now, what the company do is then take out another $1 million policy on you. Now, if you was to get fired or quit this company, your insurance stopped. But that $1 million coverage that they took out on you doesn't. Because here what company have learned. The best investments is in human being. Because why? You're guaranteed to die. The method to calculate, the die method, we use this to calculate your insurance protection needed, right? We find out how much debt you have, what your income is, the mortgage, and education. And what is it that you owe on that? Because are you properly insured or underinsured? Most people are. Are you insurable or uninsurable? It is not your job to be an underwriter. Do not diagnose yourself. Let the company do their job. So 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will have the risk of developing cancer during their lifetime. Also, 80 million Americans have 1 or 2 types of heart diseases. Now, I've learned that it's not cancer is the #1 killer in the world, nor HIV. You know what it is? Stress. Stress is the #1 disease that kills more people in this world. Because if you're stressed out about your job, if you're stressed out about life, if you're stressed out about anything, that thing triggers all sickness. You'll be sick immediately if you're stressed. All right, so let's cure stress. So have you heard about the second to die policy or key person insurance executive bonus life? If you're a business owner or own some form of business, you need to have that in place. So take advantage of cash value in a life insurance, such as tax-deferred growth, tax-free withdrawals, and tax-free death benefits. Now, are you the type of person who buy insurance and put the policy in the cabinet and never look at it again. Let's be for real. We buy things, we don't look at it until the opportunity of seriousness happens, right? And what I'm trying to tell you is okay. But you should always get in a habit of where you actually get a financial checkup at least minimum once a year. Or you should get it almost every quarterly or every half a year. So you can learn how to properly protect your family. Let's talk about the tax issue on money. Where do you put your money, right? Because that's important today. Let's talk about the US, right? Where do you put your money? As you can see here, tax now. Most people put their money. Here's how it breaks it down. Your checking, savings, CDs, stocks, and mutual funds, you must pay taxes on those now. Those are tax money. Uncle Sam wants his money now. Then tax later is where you get tax on your 401k, 403bs, IRA, annuities, and pensions. These are where you pay taxes on later. That's about 10% of the people that invest their money like this. And let me give you an example of, let's think about it for a second, right? So here, if this was a bag of seed, and I said to you, I'm going to tax you on this bag of seed now, or I will wait and I will tax you on the harvest later on. Which one would you want me to tax you on? You want me to tax you on your harvest of acres of land, or you want me to tax you on the bag of seed now so you could claim the harvest? I hope that you would choose the bag of seed, because most of the time people settle for that tax later and they get taxed at the worst time. Because here's the two things I want you to think about. Can you predict what taxes will be 30 years from now? Can you predict, and I want you to think about this, can you predict how much you're going to need for retirement? Because if you don't know these things, these two answers, then why most people put their money there is because it's a government plan. They call it the government retirement plan. So here's my thing. Does the government have anything planned good for you? Because over the years, it doesn't show that and have it. So it's time for you to plan for yourself and do what the 5%ers do. They take out and they have tax advantages, which allow their money to grow tax exempt, right? Which they use like the Roth IRAs or 529 college savings plan, municipal bonds, health savings account, even life insurance, long-term care benefits. They use these vehicles for these reasons. So the thing that I want you to know is that, did you know that the U.S. federal top tax rate was over 70% in 1960s? Woo! Aren't you lucky that you didn't have to grow up in that era? Right? And if you did, I know you're happy, because currently we're at 39.6%. Now, here's a little side note. Let's put a pin in it real quick. I just want you guys to know something real quick. We have a president that says that he wants to lower the our taxes. Now, think about this. If our tax is at 39.6% right now and we still have a major debt, imagine if we lower what we're going to end up in. That's for you to use your imagination, right? So since 1945, when Social Security began, the numbers of workers per retiree shrank from over 40 to about 3 today. Do you think taxes will increase or decrease in the future? So you can learn how to manage these accounts. Do you know annuities and long-term care? What if you live too long? What if you're just blessed with life? You got to think about annuity. Annuities have a tax-deferred growth. The lifetime income option in annuity can provide you income as long as you live. Imagine that. As long as you live, you have income coming in if you set it up properly. Also, two biggest accounts for former Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke are in annuities. If you don't know who that guy is, Google him. He's very important in our industry. The cost of long-term care is $83,580 in the US and $47,000 in Canada. And 70% of people over 65 will expect to use some form of long-term care. If you know a CNA, that's what pays them. That's what pays a CNA, long-term care. and it's very important. So if you don't have something like that in place, you must think about that, right? So final expense insurance may provide easier underwriting even for people who have medical issues. Some policies can provide a concierge service that take care of the stressful burden of funeral arrangements during the lifetime crisis. So these are some really good programs that you could take advantage of and see if you qualify for. Do you know about medical supplement? What about Medicare supplement? Do you understand that? We teach that in our workshops. Do you expect the government or your children to take care of you if you live too long? Most of the time, the children still live at home with the parents. So you're stuck, they can't even take care of you. You're still taking care of them. So you must what? You must prepare for your own golden years. The high cost of education, right? Did you know that in 2015, tuitions and fees for a 4-year in a private college would have cost $134,000+? In a public state school, it would have been 39 plus in the US only, right? Imagine that. You know, I have a cousin that's in Europe, and she doesn't pay for school. They actually pay her to go to school. Imagine that. Why is that? And the other thing I learned is that in private schools, they encourage the kids to go on and become entrepreneurs and run companies. While in state schools, they teach them how to get a good grade, go to good school, and go get a good job to go work for those kids, right? So college debt have reached $1.2 trillion, surpassing credit cards and auto debt. Here's the thing I want you to think about. If you was to file for bankrupt, you could bankrupt your credit cards and auto debt total. But you know what you can't bankrupt or get rid of? Student loans. You can't. And if you die, they go to the next kin. Can you imagine that? We're going to teach you how to prepare for these things. Determine the most cost-effective, tax-efficient way to fund a college education is not always easy. Many parents would prefer not to think about it at all, hoping that things will somewhere work its way out. It's important for you to do that. Also, it's important to understand that college costs and administration process, financial aid, and how to navigate a college complex funding. College funding system is very important. So you can understand and participate in our college planning program in our school, right? In our college, I like to call it our school because our workshop teaches so much. So we could put so much time and money into raising our kids and to become unwilling to look into college planning the right way. You know, you could plan for our kids from the 8th grade, right? So take charge of your children's future. Protect your future. Do you know without proper planning, your assets and family may not be protected? Who would take care of the underage children? Who would keep the 18-year-old from spending his and her inheritance? Who gets your home? Who inherit your bank accounts? Can you avoid family arguments over belonging and keepsakes? Who will operate and own your business? Who will decide your health care or end-of-life decisions? Do you have a will in place? Right? Because it's good to have your wishes documented so they can be carried out. So one of the things our company do also is give people the ability to become an associate member, right? So to begin your career, complete one of our membership agreement application, meet our qualification, and along with an administration fee of a one-time membership fee of $100. One-time, lifetime. It doesn't charge you monthly fees. It doesn't charge you yearly renewals, none of that. $100 for a lifetime membership. What does that $100 give you? Here's what the membership go over. You can earn referral income and big benefits of being an associate member. In the US, we use something called BOLT. BOLT help lower your car insurance, home insurance, business insurance, pet insurance, bike, boat, and all of the above. Also, net law. Net law help put together your will, your trust, and everything. It's your estate planning. Legacy Shield help put all of that in one bucket, so that way people don't go on a manhunt trying to find all your legacy that you left behind. Heartland Institution of Financial Education is used for college planning. That's one of the greatest things about your membership, is the fact that it gives you the ability to then learn and earn. So how many people you could save money on these products and services? The limit is everybody. Everybody want to save money on all of these. So think about it. You could save money for yourself and you could help people along the way. And on top of that, it doesn't require a license to do so. Did you know that if you could just save $10 a day or $300 a month at 8% rate of return compounded monthly, in 30 years, you would have close to $500,000. What if you could do that and save more? What if? Because here's something I want you to talk about, realize. See, the reason why you can't see $447,000+ is because you spend it in small portions. Now look at what it really takes to have this. And you could probably double that if you save more. So in our financial workshops that we offer classes, we provide knowledge and strategies and solutions in major areas of the financial industry. We teach you about all types of insurance, investments, healthcare, education, estate preservation. We even offer a personal financial analysis, giving you the information for you to plan your financial future with. See, knowledge is wealth, and you won't be wealthy unless you understand how money works. You could also become a professional. You could take up the responsibility and say, I want to be a professional. You could build a financial services. If you want to share your knowledge and experience to make money, you make more money using a flexible time, we even offer to you, we help you get licensed. This is a licensed profession. This is where they don't need to do a background check. If you have a background issue, just let me know and we'll talk about that. But they do a background check. Then you get licensed. We're highly regulated by FINRA, Banking of Insurance, the state, the Federal Bureau, right? We're a highly regulated company. Also, through our affiliated insurance agency, you could get appointed with major insurance companies, including giants like Transamerica, Prudential, Nationwide, Voya, Pacific Life, in the US and Industrial Alliance, right? These are different companies in Canada as well. Major investment mutual fund companies. See, we don't just sell life insurance products, we also sell mutual funds, securities, right? We're also a multi-product using client and build a big organization throughout the US and Canada, right? What is our proven track record? On an average, we currently paying out $10 million in commission every week to the appropriate and licensed associate in the US and Canada. We have more than 5,000 people earning over $100,000 per year. See, many people make good part-time income and many of them make great full-time business career. So you could travel the world. You could travel the world. All you have to do is participate and qualify for dream trips around the world every year. See, we have brought thousands of people to China, Barcelona, Madrid, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Singapore, the Caribbean, and Hawaii. Right now, we're getting ready for New Orleans. I want you to come with me. Come with me to New Orleans. Come see how our company treats our people. It is very important. So be a part of the new industry. We are in a multi-trillion-dollar industry backed by a multi-billion-dollar company. That giant is Aegon. We are too big to fail. Our thing is that what we want to do is let you understand that Transamerica, we are a Transamerica company. We're one of the best business platforms, one of the fastest growing organizations in the financial industry. We're one of the only companies that's focused, and we are focused on educating people. That is our focus, nothing else. See, what we want to do is revolutionize the financial industry and help resolve the customer dilemma. The lack of understanding, plan, and support concepts for you. And that is important for you to understand. We want you to learn about this, right? So one of the other things that I want you to understand is that you are the solution to your future. What you need to do is compare providers, financial products and services, reduce your debt, and increase your savings. You must increase your savings. You have to. You have to. So get educated on how money works. Become your own money manager. Have access to financial information. Obtain the know-how that successful people have. We're giving you a fair playing game right now. You will have access to this. The other thing is, build a business by educating and helping people, right? Build a solid financial foundation. That's important. You must build that. And this business is all about educating people. It's all about educating families, because we all are on the mission to help people win. So become financially independent. Travel the world with us. We love to travel. We love to celebrate. We love to encourage and teach. So you have everything to gain with World Financial Group. Everything. So here's the quote that I will leave you with. If you were born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it is your mistake. And that's by Bill Gates. The thing that I don't want you to ever do is that use your circumstances as an excuse as for why you didn't win in this business or to win in life. This is your opportunity. This is your calling now. This is where you join the mission of really helping people. Give them the knowledge they need. You could be the reason why someone say, I am so happy you joined that company. I'm so happy you was able to bring information to me. Be that hero for somebody. Be that hero for yourself. Be that hero for your family. Because the time is now. Not tomorrow. Not yesterday. It's now. Join us. Are you ready to join us? Are you ready to see if you qualify? Because at this very moment, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to unmute everybody. But I want you to be able to, you can ask me any questions, and I will gladly answer them at this very moment.